I really wanted to apologize.
You hear that, right?
What the hell is that? Sounds like we're being attacked by a swarm of bugs.
Oh no!
Good morning, my precious little tape recorder. It is I, Tamsin, of course. I just thought I'd have a little one-on-one with you while I walk down the stairs to the kitchen. So, here's a little recap for you. Me and Lena have been in Breanna's Haven for almost a week now after making our grand debut in this small-ass town last Sunday, June 31st to be specific. The first couple of days were utter hell. What, with me getting into a bar fight with a minotaur, almost getting drowned by a mermaid, having to fight both a Doulahan and a vampire. Believe me, if all these events hadn't been personally affecting me and my well-being, I'd have a hard time believing it too. Although, you were there recording all of it, so you can't argue with me either. And also, you can't argue with me because you're an inanimate object. Sorry, just needed to grab a bottle of caffeine from the fridge quick. Anyways, where was I? Oh, right. And why did all that stuff happen to me? Turns out, this town sits on this big magical thing called the Nexus, and all these monster factions want it. Then there's the Williams family, who me and Lena have been staying with this whole time, who are trying to protect it. Destiny Williams, the girl with gold eyes, Breanna's Haven's heroine, blah, 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 has until her 25th birthday on August 31st to protect the town from these factions. And I'm her witness, which is why I'm dragged into this whole shit show in the first place. All because of a vague, slant-rhyming couplet on a postcard I received in the mail months ago. So, here's an update on what has happened since defeating Camilla Drake and the Clan of Night. It's nothing. After all that stuff happened, it's been quiet here. Maybe even a little too quiet. It's what, Saturday? And nothing else has happened since Tuesday? I guess me and Destiny have been training, but I'm still unsuccessful in being able to create fairy dust with the sigil on the back of my neck. So she's been on my ass about that. But in a nice way, 'cause, surprise, she doesn't hate me. And I'll be honest with you, this whole time, I have no idea what Lena's been up to. Like, I hardly ever see her around anymore. I end up going to bed before her and waking up in the guest room the next morning all alone. I bet now that we're not stuck in a car together for hours at a time, she's trying to spend quality time away from me. But still, even though we've always been so close, it's never been like this. Going for days without even exchanging more than a hey? I heard that Lena's mom is the leader of the Moonlight Marauders, this other faction here in Breanna's Haven. But did Lena tell me this? No, I heard it secondhand from Sunny. Summer and Sonny Williams, after the whole thing with Camilla Drake, came to the house to find fucking werewolves surrounding the house. Lena was fine, thank the fucking stars. But Lena, practically my sister, couldn't tell me this herself? Something else has to be going on. Something distracting her, maybe? I'm her number one source for confiding in, and yet nothing is being confided to me. Well, Clay's here at least, so I'll just hang out here in the living room for a bit, maybe share my concerns about Lena with them. Don't worry, my tape recorder friend. You have my permission to eavesdrop. Ooh, this is one nice recliner. Smooth leather and, ooh, buttons for a massager, perhaps? Sup, Clay?
Sup, kiddo?
What are you reading there? Looks like one of those YA romance books Lena loves to read. Actually, that looks exactly like one of Lena's YA romance books.
Touched by a Fang by Sylvia Vivian. I borrowed it from Lena a while back.
Is it good? I can't remember the last time I even touched a book. Music has always been my go-to when I want to escape the real world. Which is, often, by the way.
I like it. The writing is full of grammatical errors and the dialogue is cheesy, but the story is so compelling. I couldn't put this book down if I tried. Also, all the details and facts about the monsters themselves are inaccurate, but I kind of like it that way. Reverie Valley is a nice escape from Breanna's Haven.
Oh, that's the book with the vampire and werewolf love interest or something, isn't it? I've heard Lena go on and on and on about it a few times, but most of what she said would just go in one ear and hurry right out of the other. So, because now I'm immersed in my own world of monsters, what's inaccurate about it?
A lot. First off, this book's overarching plot of vampires and werewolves being enemies is just inaccurate. It's not true at all. Vampires and werewolves are actually on friendly terms, more or less.
Oh no! The overused trope of vampires and werewolves being sworn rivals is actually not true? Color me not surprised.
Also, contrary to the werewolf character Gwendolyn transforming into her wolf form during the full moon, werewolves actually don't have human forms, unless given Breanna's blessing, of course. No real monsters do. The moonlight may provide strength and energy to werewolves, but to prompt a transformation, that's just ridiculous.
Ridiculous, huh? Next you're gonna say that vampires can go out during the day and like garlic.
Vampires can go out during the day but suffer severe skin burns if they do, so they prefer being active at night. In the book, Alexander's fears of being incinerated by the sun's light are unfounded, and the taste of garlic is a personal preference for anyone. I personally like garlic.
Wow, you really know a lot about monsters, don't you?
Yep.
Well then, what can you tell me about fairies?
Check the drawer of the end table that you set your drink and tape recorder on. There should be a journal written by Sunny that can answer any questions you have.
Hey, didn't you hear me when I said I don't remember the last time I touched a book? Book, journal, basically the same thing. I can't just break that streak now, even if it would enlighten me on what I kinda sorta am. Have you talked to Lena recently?
I haven't.
Me neither. Which is bullshit, because she usually talks to me all the time and tells me everything. And I mean everything. And now since we've gotten to Breanna's Haven, it's like I don't even know her anymore. Sure, it started off fine, but after the whole Camilla Drake thing and her having her own half-siblings show up at the door, which is just a huge what the fuck moment, by the way, she's been distancing herself. At least, from me. Something, or even someone, must be occupying her time, because there's no way she's just keeping all this to herself. That's just not her style. With the few glances I catch of her as she's coming and going, she seems happy, or at the very least content, which, given the bombshell dropped on her, shouldn't be what she's feeling, you know?
I see. Has she been humming?
Humming? Why does that matter? I mean, yeah, I hear her hum a tune every now and again. But Lena loves music. Repetitive, auto-tuned pop music, but I guess it's still music. Humming isn't a weird behavior for her.
Good to know.
I just worry about that girl so much. Lena's I don't know how to say it without saying it. Don't get me wrong, I love that precious cinnamon roll-like family, but she can be kinda naive. She's too trusting, gives second, third, fourth, fifth chances to people who clearly don't deserve it. And while I tend to think that people are inherently terrible, she believes everyone has a bit of good in them. And with a smile and a positive attitude, she can reach into their souls and find that goodness, make it shine, and help that person become better. It's a nice idea, sure, but that's not how life is most of the time. For example, when Lena found out that I may have family out here, she was more excited for me than I was. She didn't say it, but I could see in her eyes that she hoped I would get to meet them, and then we'd become some big, happy family. According to her, there had to be a good reason for them to leave me, and that I need to give them a chance to explain themselves. Here's the reality of all that. Good reason, bad reason, I don't care that much. Yeah, I made this big effort to get here, maybe even said a thing or two that made her believe I'm really excited about all this. But when that time comes, when all this faction stuff is over, when I finally get to meet them, I have two things I want to say. First, some sort of greeting like, hey, or hello, I haven't decided which one yet, and then ask, why did you get rid of me? Once I get that answered, that's all I really need. I have a family already, Lena and her dad, which is enough family for me. I'm actually surprised that Lena didn't go meet her mom.
She's not as naive as you think she is. You need to give her some more credit.
Are you sure? Meeting her mom is the #1 item on her 30 before 30 list.
A 30 before 30 list?
Oh, it's a list of 30 things you want to do before you turn 30. We wrote them up the first night of our road trip. I mean, I knew that there was the slimmest of slim chances she would meet her mom on the road, but she has a while before she turns the big 3-0. I just didn't expect it to actually happen this fast. Or even at all. I just wish she'd talk to me.
She will, when she's ready.
And when will that be?
When she's ready.
Well, now with most of this emotion-y stuff off my chest, where is everyone?
Summer is at Craftastic with an appointment. Destiny is out back in the garden. And Lena, I don't know where she is. She left early this morning, but I don't think she's come back yet.
Well, if Destiny is still doing her plant thing, guess I can watch some TV on this massive flat screen before she's ready to kick my ass again during training. Oh, right. You're reading a book. And I suppose perusing all those records over there in the corner and finding something to put on that magnificent record player would also be distracting?
Yep.
Guess I might as well read that journal. And you said Sunny wrote it? Should be interesting.
I just can't get over how cute this town is. The local shops on Main Street are all so adorable. Frozen in time from years ago. Each building is just so unique and has its own little bit of charm. It's like traveling to a different world whenever I open a door and walk in. Definitely has that YA small town vibe. Probably what Reverie Valley would look like if it was real. I just love it. Tamsin and Clay are both in the living room, I see. Is Tamsin reading? I can't remember the last time she even touched a book. Well, with the two of them in here, if I'm sneaky and quiet enough, I think I may be able to go visit her for a bit. Hi, it's me. I'm coming in. How are you doing today?
As well as anyone locked in a bathroom can be.
Well, I went out on a walk this morning. The weather is beautiful outside. The sun is... I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't talk about stuff like that when you're stuck in a bathtub with a futon mattress.
It's fine. I don't mind. The inside provides some comfort, reminding me there's more to the world than these walls around us.
Okay, well, yeah, so the sun is shining. Wonderful weather today. Anyway, so I decided to stop at Trudy's Treats and Sweets, the town's bakery. Ernest, you probably don't know him, but he's the bartender at Beer Under the Bridge. Me and Tamsin stopped there on our first night here. It wasn't really a good time. But anyway, his wife Trudy owns the place, and she makes all these delicious breads and pastries. And everything just smelled so good. I had a hard time trying to pick only a couple treats. I know Summer said me and Tamsin are free to use these gift cards, which are actually called Breanna bucks, that can be used in any store in town. But I already feel like we're imposing too much, even though Tamsin is doing this whole thing for them, and... There I go, rambling again. Enough about that. Here you go. I don't know if you've ever had one of these before, but it's called a beignet. It's kind of just fried dough, sprinkled with powdered sugar, but I really like the name. Beignet. Just sounds so fancy, don't you think?
Is this... for me?
Of course! I just have to make sure I save at least one for Tamsin. She'd get so mad if I got these sweet treats and didn't save her any.
Thank you.
You're very much welcome.
I appreciate your visit, but why are you here so early? Aren't you worried about getting caught?
I know it's kind of risky to be visiting you like this right now since I usually come here later at night, but I think it should be okay for a little while. Tamsin and Clay are in the living room, get this, reading. I was shocked to see Tamsin actually reading a book. I'm not sure what it was, but she was staring at the pages so intently I could hardly believe it.
Sounds like you with your young adult novels you keep talking about.
Yeah, I guess that's all I've really been talking about these past few nights, huh? Well, I mean, you don't want to talk about why you tried to drown Tamsin, or anything about you in general, and I don't want to talk about what's been going on with me, so... That's why I like talking about books so much. Sure, they're not my stories, but when I pick one up off the shelves, take a look at the cover, open it up, and begin to turn the pages, it's like I get to be a completely different person. When I read YA novels, especially ones written in first-person perspective, I get the chance to step into their shoes and go on their adventures, whether it's on some exciting quest or just a day in their high school that's not like other high schools, you know? I get to join in on that action and excitement that they face, get to experience and feel the love that they feel for someone or that someone feels for them, just from words on a page, which, admittedly, I've never really gotten to experience in real life before. But while I'm laced up in their shoes, I do get that. I get to have everything that I don't have in my own life. For an hour here and an hour there, I'm not me. I don't have to be Lena Howell. I can be Jade Cascade in A Mermaid and a Movie Star. Or I can be Scout Hart in the Touched by Fang series. I have these stories to guide my imagination to a different place, to a different reality where everything plays out how I wish my life could play out. Even if it's just words on a page, it's... What? Why are you staring at me? Do I have something on my face?
You always talk with such passion. I enjoy listening, watching your eyes light up as you go on about these imaginary worlds of yours. And you also have powdered sugar around your lips. Let me wipe it off for you. You talk like the life you live now isn't fulfilling enough, or it's simply not good, which is why you read to escape into the pages of these fictional stories. What makes you think your life, or your story, I should say, isn't a good one?
Well, I mean, the tale of Lena Howell is just not on the level of excitement that I want to read about. It's more like a mediocre slice of life than an epic tale of grandeur, if you feel me. And I know that most people live lives that seem ordinary or even a little bit plain. And maybe I've set these exceptionally high expectations, but a single dad raises his daughter after his wife leaves him. This baby grows up to lead a normal life, going to school, hanging out with her friends, working as a sales associate in a bookstore, and daydreaming about her future. It's so boring.
You seem to be forgetting some important details.
Okay, yes. When I was young, Tamsin came into my life, and then in my early teens, I discovered that my hands would change into these claws whenever I got really emotional, which, spoiler alert, I'm part werewolf! And then after graduation, instead of going the safe college route, I followed Tamsin, and the two of us took off on this road trip to solve the mystery of her origin story. And now we're here in Breanna's Haven, and there's a lot of stuff going on with that. And to top it all off, my mom, who left me as a baby, wants me to join her pack called the Moonlight Marauders, which I kind of have to admit is a really cool name. But joining that faction would force me to turn against Tamsin, and now I'm sitting here in a bathtub with a mermaid, regaling her with my life story, and... Okay. My life isn't ordinary. In fact, my life is starting to get a little bit intense and a little bit exciting and even a little bit scary, which is the exact thing I enjoy in my books. So, yeah, I guess I probably sound like a big hypocrite, don't I? But there's one more thing that draws me to those fictional worlds, you see? When I pick up one of my books, I know that it will have a happy ending. I mean, I wouldn't keep reading them if they didn't. And I just don't know if my story is guaranteed to have one. I know I'm probably being silly and overdramatic, and this all sounds stupid to say, because, no one knows the future and how it will play out, and I'm only 18, so I have plenty of life ahead of me, and...
It's not stupid. If you want, you can bring one of your books with you the next time you visit me.
Really?
Having been locked in here for so long, any sort of escape, even through the act of storytelling, sounds better than just sitting here with nothing to look forward to, real or imagined. Besides, the prospect of getting to live someone else's life, even if it's not real, sounds nice. And seeing you happy is also nice. The smile on your face when you're talking about these stories of yours is... Never mind.
I promise that you won't regret it. Or, maybe you will. I don't know, but that's something we can definitely discuss later on. Ooh, this is so exciting! I have just the book to start it off with. If Clay finishes reading it anyway. Well, I better go. Don't want to get caught in here. I'm sure Destiny would flip if she found out. But I will come back tonight with a book in my best reading voice.
Thank you, again, for the beignet, and for everything else.
Ha! 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 Owie! I landed on my ass once again.
Here, let me help you up.
I just can't do it, Destiny. No matter how many times you kick me down, I just can't fucking do it.
Maybe you are not trying hard enough.
If you're trying to provoke me, congrats, you've succeeded. Ugh. The wings are easy now. I can have those things ready to go in half a jiffy. But this fairy dust thing, it just doesn't click up here in my brain.
Walk me through your process, Tamsin.
My process?
Yes, your process. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Tell me all of it.
Okay. Well, first I press my pointer and middle fingers against my sigil on the back of my neck, like so. Then I concentrate really hard. And that's how it is every single time.
What are you thinking of when you are trying to conjure up fairy dust?
Well, the train of thought going on in my brain is fairy dust, fairy dust, fairy dust, fairy dust, fairy dust.
You are just thinking fairy dust on a continual loop? Oh, no wonder you are unable to do it.
Well, if I'm trying to do the fairy dust thing, shouldn't I be thinking about the fairy dust thing?
It is far more complex than that. What, do you think I have the word sword on repeat in my brain when I use my Breanna's blessing?
Honestly, I think you're just a damn dynamo that doesn't even need to think about it. You kinda just do the thing.
It requires more than just a simple repeating thought, which may be a bit of a stretch for you. It requires tapping into your emotions. You need to feel it. When I want to use my magic, I do not just think about the magic itself. I think about why I need to use this magic. My birthright is to defend this town, right? To protect it from monsters and their factions. To ward off those strong, relentless forces that are hungry for the power of the Nexus. I have a responsibility to every single person living here in Breanna's Haven. Every single person. Their lives, their well-being, all on me. I cannot afford to slip up or make a mistake or just cast my duties aside when I am having a bad day. I stand up, grit my teeth, and fight through it because they all rely on me to keep going. They need me after all, do they not? And you know what the worst part is? Most of them do not even know the danger that they are in. No, they get to remain oblivious to everything that is taking place all around them. Would it not be so nice to live a life without the knowledge of monsters and magic? And yet every single day I hear these whispers in my head, these fabricated voices of all the blissfully ignorant citizens of Breanna's Haven ringing in my ear. You are the girl with gold eyes. You are the heroine of Breanna's Haven. You are the one who is going to save us. You are the one who is going to save us, right? Save us, Destiny! Save us! That is how you use your Breanna's blessing.
Whoa! That was a lot of magic you just exploded from your body. Normally I'm not someone who asks this kind of thing, but do you want to talk about it?
Oh, about the immense pressure that crushes me on a daily basis? Sorry. I did not mean to lose control there. To just lose it. I suppose it is an adverse reaction to using an incredible amount of magic. Do you know what this is right here?
A flower plant?
Thank you for stating the obvious. Yes, this is a flower plant. One of many varieties in the flower garden that I have here in the backyard. But this one in particular is a hibiscus plant. The flowers bloom ideally in temperatures between 60 and 90 degrees. The flowers themselves get to be 4 to 8 inches in diameter and can bloom in a variety of colors. They also notably have a pistil, that long part sticking out of the flower. When you look at these particular flowers, what do you think? From what I just said, does anything seem odd to you?
Not really. They're just flowers.
Are you sure about that?
Wait. You said between 4 to 8 inches, right? Well, these ones are double, maybe even triple that size. Actually, these flowers are huge.
That is correct. What makes these hibiscus flowers in my garden different from hibiscus flowers in anyone else's garden is magic. These flower plants were cultivated by fairies and nymphs. Their magic imbued in them to make them different. Some would even argue better. What you cannot see right now in this daylight is that they can produce a glow at nighttime. A small ball of light is produced from the flower's pistil, and it glows. In fact, all of these flowers glow at night, which is why I go to the garden late at night to check on them. I am like these flowers. I may appear normal to those around me at a first glance, but when you take a closer look, you can spot the little differences. The gold eyes, the sigil on my thigh. I have tried countless times to blend in with everyone else in town, but it has never worked. When I try to be myself, it tends to come off as rude or impolite or even standoffish because of the way I present myself, the way I talk, the rumored legacy surrounding my family and me, and the secrets that I must keep. And yes, I have tried to correct myself and smile and act friendly, but that often gets misconstrued as fake. It has simply become easier for me to keep my distance, keep myself separate from everyone else. Most days, I wonder if I am truly the heroine that was destined to be. I am unsure why, but I have this overwhelming feeling that I am not meant to be here. Here, in Breanna's Haven at least. Like these flowers, I just feel like I do not belong. Unfortunately, you cannot deny being born into the role life has given you to play. But if I had the chance to give this burden of mine to someone else, you still want to be a hero, Tamsin? The night we fought Camilla Drake, you longed to take up that role. Do you still want it? If I could, I would give you all that responsibility in a heartbeat. This is the second time I have let my guard down around you, exposed this kind of vulnerable side of myself. The night of Camilla Drake's defeat, all that drinking, that was a side effect of giving in to an indulgence. Not a good excuse in the slightest, but rather a symptom of a victory I failed to treat properly. But this, though, exposing my inner turmoil to you, it is like when I lose my grip on my sword and it just fizzles away. My handle on my emotions is... What is wrong with me?
What's wrong with you is that even though you're this kick-ass heroine with these kick-ass magic powers, you're still human. You have wants and needs, and emotions and flaws, all the wonderful makings that us people, or half people, or even the monsters out there have been created with. All thanks to whatever space explosion or higher power that created, well, all this. Hey, I know I'm not a therapist or anything, but as your witness, and maybe friend or friend-adjacent person, if you want to let some more of that stuff out... Okay, the sword says less talky, more fighty. Damn! The owner of these vinyl records has pretty good taste. Hey, we should definitely play this one next.
Tamsin, what is that on your shoulder blade?
Is there a bug on me? Get it off! Get it off! Get it off! Oh, wait. You're probably looking at the birthmark on my left shoulder, aren't you? Lena says it looks like a cartoony sun, but I'd say it's like what are those things with the spiky ball on a chain called?
A flail.
Yeah, a cartoony flail, without the chain and stuff.
That birthmark. It looks like...
Hello? Can anyone come unlock the door? I must have forgotten my house key at the shop.
Nose goes! Oh, come on! You two already had your fingers on your noses before I could even finish saying it! How about this? Oldest doesn't have to get the door. I'm clearly the eldest one here. I'm 25, Destiny's 24, and Clay, actually, how old are you? Just looking at you, I really couldn't guess your age.
You are not the oldest one here. That I promise. Also, nose goes means you goes.
Oh, but I finally just got comfortable sitting on the floor. Ugh.
Thank you. Oh, Tamsin, it's you. I didn't expect you to be the one to get the door.
Well, here I am, doing just that.
I'm sorry if I disrupted anything. Of course, when we decide to start locking the door for a little added security, I just so happened to forget my key. I appreciate you opening the door for me. Again, thank you.
Hey, it happens. I lose things all the time. Mostly my mind, but... Hey, speaking of losing my mind, do you hear that?
Listen, Tamsin, I know we really haven't had the chance to talk. Just the two of us, anyway. After the incident almost a week ago, I really wanted to apologize.
You hear that, right?
What the hell is that? Sounds like we're being attacked by a swarm of bugs.
Oh no!
What's going on down here? It's so loud.
Oh, how nice of you to join us down here, Lena.
The fairies are here.
To drop off a challenge, I would presume.
What, they can't have just one messenger?
Fairies always travel in large groups. It's safer for them that way.
I am going to count to 3 and open the door. Mom, close it behind me as fast as you can. We do not need even a single fairy coming in here. 1, 2, 3. Enough! You can all come outside now.
What the fuck?
What's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? Don't you see the horde of what I guess are fairies out here? There's gotta be hundreds of them, everywhere, surrounding the house, just hovering in the air. And now 3 of them are flying towards us and bringing out but of course, a scroll.
Destiny Williams. On behalf of the Fairy Queen and King. Ahem. Oh, sorry. Is it my Yes, we have rehearsed this. How many times?
Sorry, I am so sorry. Can we take it from the top, please? Destiny Williams.
On behalf of the Fairy Queen and King,
We are here to issue their formal challenge. Oh, hey, how are you?
Sorry, not sure why my voice did that just now. Let's try that again. Oh hey, how are you? Yes, that is better. Oh me? I'm fine. Great. Super duper actually. You can tell that I'm being sarcastic. I know. Not really good at acting, am I? Well, what more is there to say? I wake up, am visited by Samantha and a stack of tapes. She leaves with a poof. Poof. Sorry, I just like doing that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I get some tapes, listen to some tapes, occasionally have some visitors, and then I eventually pass out, and it repeats. What is night? What is day? Who even knows at this point? Oh, my visitors? Let's see. What did they do today? It was kind of quiet, actually, what with Ivana working on what looked like a newspaper crossword puzzle, and Galaxy building quite the impressive house of cards. Laura practiced shadow puppets in some dimly lit spots in this abyss, and Lafayette did, 100 push-ups. Yes, I counted. What really brought on the silence, though, was when Amisit and Alexia invited everyone, except me, to go way over there and play pickleball. I think they all might be mad at me for, bossing them around a little bit that one time. Besides, sports and I do not mix, so I doubt any of them want me as a partner. Well, time to get back to the passing out part of my day. See you next time, maybe? Hopefully.